You know what? I feel like giving you guys a little behind the scenes stuff on when we create, when I create the mods that we do, you know, because I've covered, you know, like when I do the model process and when I haven't really gone into the UVing because it's just, UVing takes a while, but, you know, it's also, you know, something good that you need to do, so I guess I'll show you a little bit of it right now. This is my newest entry for the arms race I'm working on. It's I'm just doing this since our recent stuff got set back because when we were using Incognito's rigs, something odd happened to where they would just not show up on screen at all. They would be like way on the side and busted, and the animations were just stretchy armed and shit. So it's like we have to, you know, they're gonna have to be redone. So it's gonna take a while. And we'll get that done at a later thing because that kind of just sucks when you have to redo things that you've already done. So, you know, we're just doing things at our own pace, really. Here, go ahead and place this here and try to save a spot or two. This would be the, I think it's, yep, it's that piece. Just resize this a little bit. So that way it wouldn't be so, you know, low res if we have to, you know. Well, then again, this is just something I'm doing standalone while the other things are being redone because those projects are... That's the clip, so let's try to place these near. I try to, you know, why is this shit? Gotta make sure everything is UV'd properly, because I know when I redid this, I've had to relocate. Okay, it's good. Shit. Well, let's go ahead and place these right here. There's not much going on with the other projects though, besides that reset bullshit. So you know, most things have been pretty standard. You know, kind of safe. So you don't have to worry about, you know, getting behind on that. Been, you know, just kind of just doing stuff normally as usual until, you know, contest ends. They'll be done. It's just they're gonna take a lot longer than intended, which kind of sucks when you have to do that, you know. Let's create a save point before I start fucking with this. Alright, there we go. Put this up here for the moment, because I know that thing will be fucked later. Okay, there's no doubles. That's a good thing. Yep. Alright. Okay, are there? No, that's just aliasing being painful. There shouldn't be doubles, because I went back and deleted the UV, so I think that's just a little bug or error going on right now. Yeah, aliasing is the hidden enemy of Blender, but it's also a friend. Alright, just got that out of the way. This is the longer port, so I don't have to worry about that being a bitch. Always good to make things a little even. Actually, you know what, that probably would be a good spot for it. Okay, I gotta do that because that's... Alright, so there were doubles. Alright. Glad to see that was fixed. What's this? This is the slide bolt. So let's... It's always good to upscale things when you got room for it. See, that's how bad aliasing can be sometimes in Blender. Like, it'll just bump it up and raise it, and it's just... it sucks. And, also, sorry if this is not your usual entertaining video of a sort. This is kind of like the Blender side of things, where it's like, it's the creative stuff, and it's kind of straight face. But, you know, I mean... I know there are some people who want to get into modeling and stuff, and you know, they just need to find the time for it. Find some guides, some tutorials, or whatever, you know. And Hell Jumpers was a good tutorial when I first did, but you know, when I look at it now, it's kind of lacking in some elements. Like the UV mapping, it was, I think it was skipped over, sort of. I mean, he went into detail over it, but I mean, it could use a little more extra, you know, because, like, you know, you just line up the things and all that, but I'm like, eh. It was kind of just like, there were some things that could have been added to make it a little better. Shit. Well, let's try to place that near the stock when I can. Slide bolt. Huh? Yeah, let's scale a few things up here and there. Ooh, that's not going to be a problem because that's the other thing. All right. Now that we scaled those up, let's start placing them in places I can. Yeah, I gotta go grab all these things and replace them somewhere else. And yay! Yeah, put away your erections. I know this is really good, but you know we gotta do all these wonderful UV mapping. Like, this is the main part of mod design. Like, I dread because, like, it can get terribly wrong a lot. Like, you know, if you don't, you know, UV map it right, then, you know, it'll have spots like, you know, holes in it someday. And when you're creating the texture, like if the thing goes over the edge, then, you know, it just like, it can just like cause even more problems, because then you have to redo the texture thing somewhat, and then you gotta redo some other shit, and then you gotta redo the UV, and then you gotta redouble check the UV, because chances are the UV may have overlapping things, like, you know, if they were that, I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in UV mapping, and I just dread it. Well, this is like part of the clip, but I think I'll just leave this here. So, you know, but if you know, you got a knack for, you know, like spotting things that could be wrong, then you'll do fine. But with me, like, I'm just horrible at life with finding things. Like, if you ask me to, you know, do something, no problem, I can probably do it. But if you ask me to go find some bullshit for you, different story. You know what? I'm actually gonna straighten this stock out. Like, I think it'll actually, like, because when I have to do the curves manually, it makes it a lot weirder. Well, you know what? It'll mirror it. Yeah. You know, since we're talking about, you know, life and stuff, I haven't seen many good movies recently. Like, I mean, there's some good animes I've been watching, you know. I did take an interest into, like, Overlord and some other things like that, because, you know, I got spare time to watch them when I'm not at work. So, I watched some new stuff, you know, they're pretty funny and pretty awesome. I like comedy action. It's pretty good, because, you know, then you can just... Like, you see all these badass fuckers, like, being rad and shit, and then they'll just dick around nonsensically, because, you know, playing it with a straight face is no fun. But, you know, that's the kind of stuff that can happen in anime, because it's really fun, and it's really good when it's not overdone, but it's just done right. Like, I know Gainax has done some over-the-top stuff for their comedy, and it doesn't get old, really. Like, they have the same joke, like in Kill la Kill, they had their long-running joke that they, I forgot what the side character's name was, but pretty much she was just always there to be like, she was really just the comedic humor character. She didn't have too much plot, you know, she didn't have too much plot significance besides just being a morale booster and a comedy character. And you think it would get old, but the way they just present it, it makes it... It gets new here and there, so it's not really overdone too much. This is for the thing. Oh, this gun's based on the British Delisle carbine, which is like that suppressed gun. The design used to be a little more obscure, and I can pull up the concept art, I think, for it. But it was kind of just like nonsensically, just like obscure. I think the concept art is... Oh, here it is. Yeah. It was kind of just like, it was supposed to be a Vickers gun, Lee Enfield, a Delisle carbine, and also a 12-gauge shotgun or a trench gun, which it's mainly just been comprised of different parts of, you know, British weapons, but I realized, like, it's mainly the carbine that it did, so I'm not gonna... Deselect those, and that. There we go. Oh, well, yeah. Nope, don't align auto. That's horrible. There we go. Now we just gotta straighten it. What's my mouse battery at? 3. You know, speaking of, you know, computer stuff, you know, like my mouse, there's the fucking thing I use for my audio. It's this, like, it's not the best microphone, but what shocks me is how absurd it is. Like, stupid. Like, I'm talking with my friends on Discord or whatever, and like I would, just leave the room, shut the door, and it would pick up on the, microphone. And then, I'd come back, and then, let's say if I was, Jackson playing guitar or whatever, it would go through. But if I play something through my speakers next to the fucking microphone, it does not pick it up for the damn while. Which doesn't make sense considering it's loud and super close. But then, this thing just doesn't pick that up. It picks up the fucking stuff that's in the background. And it's like this Logitech webcam, thing with the microphone built in, and it's not bad, like, for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I thought it would be, like, absolute trash, because it's just, like its audio would just be super obscure, I could probably actually straighten this thing out. And I'm still trying to figure out the TF2 art style, because, like, I only know 2 games that have created their own art style, which is Team Fortress 2 and Telltale. And they're both kind of like these interesting, awesome arts, but, like, they're really weird and complex. Wait, no, if I do... Shit. Oh, God, this is actually gonna cause problems. Maybe for... Well, let's save and then do it, and then see how bad it gets. Because it may shrink itself. Oh. No, it didn't. Alright, that's good. Yeah, I know, so, like, you can, like, stretching a texture is a big risk with UV mapping, because, like, if you stretch it too much, it'll just look super bad. If it's super low res, it'll look super pixelated, and that's been a problem sometimes here and there on my projects, where it's like I don't know which one had it. I think it was the Jammer that I did, and it had that kind of problem going for it, because it, like, just... Well, it's written. So, I mean, like, pixelation, short term, not bad. Long term with edgeware, big problem, because it just gets really, like, smooth and shitty looking, and it's such a pain to deal with. So, just know what you're going for when you're doing things with the UV maps. I think I'll put all the circles somewhere separate. But for now, I'll just put the... Oh, that's the other part of the bolt. And save often. Like, I've had problems where I didn't save too often and I lost my progress, so... Like, they probably taught that if you had a computer class in high school, then that was kind of something that was just, like, the basics, because, like, it made sense, because, if you didn't do it, then you were fucked. Let's do that, I guess. Now we just... Ooh. Save it, and then see. Especially when you're doing big changes to a model, because, like, it can get bad sometimes. Like, right around there. Okay. So that's what it did. Like that kind of thing. Let's see. Okay, if I just... Okay, we're gonna have to do some precision UV mapping. Yay. I think that works. Oh shit. Well, we'll do all the edges before I get to that, because this is, I think it's around here. I could probably actually just fix this with a quick delete edit. Ooh. Shit. Let's see if we... I know if we delete it here, it'll go away, but I need the pre-existing piece to... Time to do some model editing on the UV. Yeah, that's a thing that can happen. I did not account for that. Yeah, sometimes you need to just paste your window somewhere else. Discord is not open, so I'll have to use Steam. Okay, there we go. And then we do. Then all we have to do is just take these, and then take the Z value. Yep, just do that. Now, I'm sure when you do your own stuff, you know, you'll find your methods and do your methods, and then so on and so forth, but until then, this is the way I'm gonna do it. So it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it shouldn't cause problems. Alright. Back to the UV. Oh shit, where's that one? Make sure. Alright, so now let's see. How's that part of the UV look? Alright. We're good. It's like a puzzle kind of sometimes. Like, it's good, you know, it's good to have a little challenge in your life, you know. Don't just live it by the books. Shoot, you know, if you can't be corrupt a little, you know, hey, more power to you. Have a little fun, you know. Not saying you should be corrupt if you're causing harm for lives. I'm saying, like, if you're making all this pocket change while you can, you know, hey, you know, that's fun. Alright, so this is circles, so nuts and bolts. That's a cylinder. Nuts and bolts. Circle. Trigger. I'm actually gonna have to make some space and make things smaller here and there. scale it up a little bit. I won't really have to fix those ones too much. Okay, so this is the trigger, so it's... Okay, those... Oh yeah, because... Yeah, the X and Y's are a good thing to know. Yeah, surprisingly math in high school was useful. Shocking. Fuck that baby bullshit elementary math. This is... You want real man's math, you go to triangles, you know, and all that other bullshit. But, no matter. I'm sure I'm just spouting off my hypocrisies and theories of the best shapes, because obviously, you know, for best shape, it's hands down the cylinders and the squares and stuff. Yeah. I ain't playing favorites. I ain't playing favorites. I'm not... And then I just got most controversial on YouTube, so yay, I'm getting shut down. Because I did it! Sorry, user agreement. Ah! No, we could actually probably just shift these down a little and make a little room. Still have 3 batteries. We're good. Also, I tried the new pizza at Little Caesars. Kind of a weird wonder thing. It was like the Pizza Hut pizza from like when, like in 2004, when things were really unhealthy, like super greasy. Like if you tilted your plate, you know, or something, like the grease would pour off. It's that kind of level. Although not, but it's toned down just a little bit. But you know. What can I say? It's the wonders of doing things in life. You find things suck, then they suck more than they used to. No, what? Did I not? No. And I'm sure there might be a better way of me doing UV mapping, but this is the way I do it because I know I can fine-tune what I need. Save a little space here and there. Ah, shit. Yeah, we're gonna just take this over here and rotate it. I did get some games on sale from Steam. I got, you know, Just Cause 3, and honestly, it's more broken than the last one. I mean, you know, Just Cause 2 had its moments where fuck logic, you know, just do it. Like, it's okay though. But, you know, I've gotten past the point where gravity does not matter. Screw gravity. It's just like the point where it's like you raise a flag in a village because you have to conquer these villages by destroying other bullshit. Then you get to raise a flag to liberate it, and then you do that, and it's like, oh, well, I guess we quit our day jobs. You know, the military guys just leave because we did that. So, you know, it's that kind of. What has that? I don't know. I don't know if I'll get anything else from the Steam's, you know, summer sale. If you guys do want to know some good games, I can make some recommendations, because there are some decent ones out there. Like, I got, you know, You know, honestly, I bought some of the Call of Duties because I know there were some decent ones in there, but they're still trash. Like up to five, and then Modern Warfare 2 partially because they hit some genre elements. Get Day of Infamy on sale, although if you want to support the devs, get it on full price. Just Cause 3, you know, is good. They're having a multiplayer mod. Get 2 if you want to go ahead and do multiplayer, but you can still do 3. Killing Floor 2 is good. Don't get Fallout 4 for whatever. Get New Vegas instead. And this War of Mine is actually not bad. I like it. It's got a nice, you know, thing. I know there were some people saying it ran poorly, but I have not. I'm running Windows 7, so it might just be because people have Windows 10, so sucks for you guys if you guys got Windows 10, because I heard you guys might have problems with a lot of things. Just there's not many games out there. I know there on my Steam wish list. I know there's some games I need to get, but I can't really afford them. Any of the Metro games, by the way, really awesome. Second one's better. First one's still good. Don't get beefed. You know, if you ever think about getting Bulletstorm, do it, but know that you're getting a single player experience and not a co-op experience, because it says co-op, but really it's just like firefight mode, you know, where you just fight, or horde mode, or zombie mode, or whatever, where you just fight waves of dudes and then get a score at the end and then have a chance to win some stuff. I don't know. It's that kind of level of, you know, doing stuff. Oh yeah, now I remember what that was. So that's what that was. Huh. Well, can I fit that down here? This one I do need to upscale a little bit. Not too much though. Let's see. Oh shit. What happens if I was to... I could technically do it, yes. Yeah, I use clipping mask, so I don't have to worry about, you know, trivial things that'll cause me problems. I don't know if I should have added this part because it might actually be kind of not needed, but it's already on there and it's actually going to be a problem to edit if I have to take it off. So I'll leave it there for the moment being. It's not a bad thing to have on there. Yes, yes. Still need to... We gotta try to save some space. If you like puzzles, though, UV mapping is definitely for you. But I wouldn't recommend it as a game, because you have to figure out the UV map you need to do, and how to do it, and then where to do it, and put to do it, and then all to do it. So, really, that's the... Yeah, that's got the bevel. It's not going to cause problems. Circle. Circle. Other circle. That's end cap circle, so this one's actually important to have a decent size on. This one's scope circle, so we need to still have it. And then... let's place them near each other at least. We're gonna have to be... I don't think many of these will have to be too close together. I don't know what circle this is for, but I know it's a circle. Shit. This is the end hole where the bullet thing would be, so it doesn't need to be too high res. But it still needs to be res enough. I don't remember what the... Oh yeah, that's the... Is there any way I can fit this? Well, I need to at least have it somewhat similar size. Good enough. Might have to place that. Hang on. Let's make some room for it. Dope. Well then, I'll just then scale them down, then place it. Alright, that works. I saved me some room too to upscale this because this is an important piece. Lots of circles. You know what? Since we're talking about this, I guess I'll. And if you've stayed this long, then I guess I'll give you a little reward for staying this long. I'll show you the promos for the other two projects because they actually kind of look pretty awesome. So I'll show you those real quick before I finish this UV. Let's see. Here's the first one, and it's looking. And this I spent a good hour and a half to 2 hours making because I wanted it to look really awesome. So it'll get the feel of the thing there. The PBS H1 was actually kind of a weird one to do. So I just did it and then had some fun with it because Russia is amazing. I like their culture. But they're not as jarheady as that people make. They're actually kind of sophisticated in a sense. But the old Russia, that was some good Russia. That was some good one. Yes, I speak English. They was good one. I don't think I'm gonna get any of I don't think I'm gonna get the new Deus Exes because I asked my friends about it and they constantly tell me it's pay to win sort of. Like you can put. Well, I don't know about that though because I know there's some RPG things to it, but I don't know why they would say it's a pay to win though. Which I found hard to believe because I know they had the microtransactions, which I thought was dumb, especially for a Deus Ex game. Because that would kind of just make no sense in its universe. So I was ready for disappointment because it's 2017, so disappointment is bound to be around. But yeah, just that kind of stuff is expected, I guess, from this kind of year. I guess we could try to straighten it out. I think I'm gonna go to lunch today, maybe a little bit, but no, because if we straighten it, it'll look. We might just actually just re-UV that real quick. This is something that is possible to do. It's just what I'll do is I'll mark these with seams and then go to the end. And then, you know, just take these over here. Got 2 more circles to find a place for. Okay, so let's see. I think I'll just place them all around each other. They're not too important because they're not getting edge wear, so... yeah, I'll just show up this final one, and then I'll just give you a few more little things of what else you can do to make UVs look a little better, but not really. Because there's not much else to add besides what I've said, you know, for the UV thing. I mean, if you look up tutorials, there'll be UV mapping things, you know, so you can still, you know, internet the things you want to see for UV mapping. You just gotta do a little internet for it, and then you'll find what you need. And then, you know, I think we'll be good for... do I want to upscale anything? Yes. Always upscale what you can if you have the ability to, because I know there are things that need to be upscaled and things that don't really need to, depending. So, oh yeah, comb the edges. For the love of God, comb the edges. Because I know this can be a problem sometimes, where things are just like not fitting on the, they just don't fit on the thing because like they were just like too big problem, and then they just cause me problems because I have to go redo the AO, which takes a little extra time, and then I have to, you know, double check the UV everywhere because I missed something, and then yeah, let's move this down a little bit. And no overlapping bullshit. Don't always check for that, because overlapping creates loops and textures and problems and textures and such and bah. So I guess I'll show you the final thing where I create the damn texture. So it always goes in the 1024 range or scaling. So just kind of just keep in mind about that. There we go. Alright, no overlapping. Let's turn off gravity, because I know there's no point to gravity. When you really think about it, there isn't. Alright. I don't think I need to turn on only... turn off that and that. Turn it to... let's see, do I need... you know, let's turn on the... I don't think there's anything I would have to move before I, ooh, yeah, there we go. Alright. That's kind of something I would like in the art style of it. So now we just select the object, select all, then bake, and I'll set it to 8 and compression, like in a, yeah, PNG, because I want to be able to see the white backgrounds. Then you let it go through the thing, and sometimes it takes a little bit depending on your texture and stuff, and then once it's good, then you you save it as an image, export the UV, and then you start working on your textures and do the art and such you need. But as far as that, there's just a lot of, you know, just time-based things you have to do. And then now it's done, it's good. You might have to tone off the thing a little bit, but nonetheless it's good. So I'll save this here, and then I'll be done. So see you guys later.